I never used to love Chinese New Year, otherwise known as the Lunar New Year, or a spring festival, marking the end of winter and the beginning of spring. Every year at this time, we make a long and arduous journey across the border to stay with and see extended family, as is the tradition to visit relatives you don't talk to the other 360 days of the year. It's difficult to break down complex feelings regarding family in simple terms, but for me, CNY was a strange time of excitement, dread, and fear. I don't speak dialect well, while most of my extended family mainly communicate in Cantonese and Mandarin, which meant I felt a lot of times like a fish out of water, never really getting to know people, never belonging. I found it impossible to connect with this side of my cultural heritage, even though it was, and is, intrinsically a part of me. So most of all, I just felt extremely awkward amongst people I call my own family.
Camera's already going. Okay, the phone first, huh? Look at Ivan's phone.
You think she is not gonna respond to that. Crazy dog. This year, I realized that feeling for CNY has deeply changed. Maybe it's the result of simply growing up, older and wiser, but I think there is a revelation that was slowly revealing itself over time's inevitable march. That despite the language barrier, and for all our differences, family is family, and I see and love them through these challenges. Oh, it's really nice. 很甜。It's very sweet. It's nice. For one, I've gotten slightly better at Cantonese and Chinese through intentional and incremental efforts, and it's not like no one knows at least basic English. For two, this year, I actually tried to get to know my cousins and relatives more, people with whom in the last 2 decades we've simply been too awkward to break the ice or break the status quo. Okay lah, good enough.
Can't capture everything.
It's going. The camera's going.
Oh, is your okay? Live? 60 seconds?
Okay. Repeat
everybody okay.
And this year, for the first time, my partner also came up to meet and spend time with my family. I may not have felt super close to my relatives growing up, but seeing him interact with the people who are my lifeblood was sweet and encouraging. And in a different way, it showed me that it doesn't have to be terrifying to speak to people whom you feel foreign around, or that the awkwardness in the beginning wouldn't be worth it once it's overcome. She's so scared. Last but not least, it's the fact that all around me, I see my family getting older. From the passing of my grandfather, my yeye last year, and my grand-aunt, whom I loved fiercely but too quietly, I also saw how age has hit everyone. My own parents, my aunts and uncles, even myself. That how, though we think we may look the same in our mind's eye, time is stealing seconds away that stretch into days, months, and the years. The hours we have with each other is terribly finite, and really not all that long. In the childhood era of my life, I had nothing more than a duty-bound affection for my paternal grandmother. In this era of my life, I hold her hand in mine and stammer out broken Cantonese sentences, even if they don't make sense, even if she doesn't understand.
呢個係你啊，睇得出嗎？
你媽咪留咗啊？
係。
爹哋咧？
Daddy 喺樓上。
There is a palpable gladness that perhaps has always been there, biding its time until I was willing to receive it. I found a wholly unexpected but profound love this time in watching my partner bond with my family, starting to see foreign relatives as friends instead of strangers, and sincerely cherishing the kith and kin that are still around me today, wonderfully alive and real. There's love and sacrifice and so much joy. So while it is here, I will hold on to it in the palm of my hand and call this place to home.
Serious?
Yeah, they say bye to us. Bye to me.